In today's video, we have the H26 Pro Plus, which is the latest addition in the Hello Watches and is taking an inspiration from the Apple Watch Series 11. It comes with many new features and improvements over the last model, but what makes it so special? In this video, we'll find out. But before we start, if you are new here, a subscribe to the channel will be highly appreciated. Still, 90% of you are not subscribed to the channel, so if the videos are helping you out, make sure to take a moment and hit that subscribe button. And for the future unboxings, make sure you hit the subscribe button on this channel too. You can find both of the links in the description box below. So if you haven't watched this unboxing video, then inside the box you will get the smartwatch, silicone straps and a USB wireless charger. But I will recommend you to not miss out the unboxing video. It comes with a whole new packaging now. After that, if you look at the smartwatch, it comes with a glossy frame, is taking an inspiration from the Apple Watch Series 11, and the overall body is designed pretty well. It is also compatible with the Apple Watch Series 11 cases, and here you can see that it perfectly fits them, which means you can buy any Apple Watch accessory sold online and this smartwatch will perfectly fit it. The crown key is a little clicky when you press it, but overall it's functioning quite well, and the side key is not too loud like the crown key. On the top we get an AMOLED display, and finally in a Hello Watch it looks quite smooth. The colors are also quite good. Here's a look at the screen size. The bezels are quite thin and the display is looking quite huge. On the back we get the strap locks, and they are working quite well. The straps won't come out until you press this button. The smartwatch is perfectly compatible with the Apple Watch straps, and once again you can buy the straps sold online and the smartwatch will perfectly fit them. And here is how the smartwatch looks on the wrist. It's quite good for someone with a normal wrist size. I'm a bit skinny, so in my opinion the 42mm version will look better on my wrist. If you are interested in that, you can find its link in the description too. Let's talk about the system UI. It takes the inspiration from the latest watchOS 26 and we get the all new liquid glass design in it too. The control center is redesigned. You can edit and delete or add more buttons here. And after that, if you go back, we have the new UI in the menu too. You can see that the applications now look different. The icons are designed really well. After that, we get the widgets page here. Previously it had a black background, but now they have added a colored background here. And after that we get the notification center here. Unfortunately, as far as I have checked, currently it is not supporting emojis, but here's how the UI looks like here. One thing is quite surprising. I'm not seeing the app history option when I double click the crown key. If I double click the side key, once again there's nothing here. And if you talk about the applications UI, then in the color application we finally have the new UI like the HK11 Pro Max 2nd generation. You can access the dial pad here, and from here you can access calls, missed calls or unknown sender. The new UI looks quite good. Then we have the sport modes here. Again the UI is updated here with all of the buttons functional like the original watchOS 26. Although one thing which disappointing me is the transitions, as it does not have transitions similar to watchOS. If you go to settings and scroll down here, we get the transitions option here. If you select normal, then this is how it looks like, and even if you select the scale option, which I assumed would make it look similar to the watchOS, but once again it's different. The new compass also looks good. Once again we have 3 new interfaces here, and the other applications look quite similar from inside. And just like the HK11 Pro Max 2nd generation, we do not have any menu quitting transition. So now let's talk about the watch faces. When you'll turn on the smartwatch, you'll be welcomed with these 11 watch faces, out of which this watch face will be replaced by the custom watch face you use from the gallery. And if you go all the way to the left, then this one is the only built-in watch face. Other than that, all of the watch faces can be removed and replaced with newer ones from the dial market. One thing that I didn't like is that unlike the H16 Pro Plus or the H16 Ultra Plus, we do not have the edit button here by which you can change the colors or clock style in the watch faces. And just like the older versions, you'll have to tap on the display to change the theme of the watch face. I hope that this will be added in the future, because I really do not like tapping on the screen to change the colors, because even an accidental touch is going to change the color, which looks really bad. There is no built-in dial market in the smartwatch. It works with the Liveer Pro application. It won't work with the older Liveer. And here you can find the watch faces tab. So all of the watch faces available here are totally free, and it's a huge watch faces collection. And not just that, the collection is really good. You can find the latest watchOS 26 watch faces here. And what's surprising is that each of these watch face comes with its own version of the always on display that we'll be talking about right after this watch faces section. It works just like this. If I use the palm gesture here, it is using the always on display just like the watch face. And in the coming week, I'll be reviewing the dial market of the Levier Pro, in which we'll be reviewing the latest watchOS 26 watch faces with their always on displays. So make sure you are subscribed for that. If you go all the way down, we have the customized watch face option, where you can select a picture from the gallery. Unfortunately, you cannot change the clock style, and unlike the H16 Pro, we are stuck with 4 positions for the digital clock. If you talk about the always on display normal screen time, as I mentioned earlier, this is one of the best thing about it. The always on display is not designed for 1 or 2 watch faces, it is designed for all of the watch faces, including all themes of a watch face. Here you can see that I am changing the picture on this watch face and it has an always on display for each of the theme. Isn't it amazing? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. And obviously this always on display option has the always on time, and it can stay on for the whole day or until the battery runs out. And this option is also available for the normal screen time, by which you can keep the display turned on the watch face until the battery runs out. As mentioned by some of my subscribers, the always on display is giving a great time, and if you can turn off the raise to wake gesture, then it can easily give you around a week of battery life, which is amazing. Talking about the gestures, we have the raise to wake gesture, then we get the palm gesture as well as the tap to wake option to wake up the display. After that, we have a lot of sport modes in the smartwatch. You can even customize the targets before starting, and you can even turn on the heart rate and time alerts. It has almost all of the latest watchOS 26 features. You can even control the media playback. If you start a sports mode, it will run a 3 seconds timer before starting, and after that you'll be able to look at this screen. It is showing all of the important health metrics here. You can swipe here to control the media playing on the device or play the song stored on the smartwatch, and swipe here if you want to finish it, you want to start new training, or turn on the water lock. To check the accuracy of the pedometer data, I wore the smartwatch and took a walk around my house, randomly walking upstairs, downstairs, doing different tasks to see if the smartwatch can be trusted to count the steps throughout the day or not. For it, I took the help of the pedometer application. So let's take a look at the results. So I'm back after the outdoor run. If you check out the smartwatch, it has counted 896 steps. I also took my iPhone 16 Pro with me to compare the values, and if you check it out, then it has counted 1042 steps from 9 PM to 10 PM, and that's when I was doing the test. So there is a difference of about 10 to 15%, which is a lot in my opinion. I went downstairs, took a walk in my lawn, then I ran for a bit, and then I came back upstairs. I also went to different rooms. So the difference is of about 10 to 15%. Considering that it is going to calculate the data for the whole day, you will be doing different tasks. So I guess the difference is not a lot, because just compare the values of both of the devices. But still, I hope that they can improve it in the upcoming updates, because HK11 Pro Max is giving better values compared to this smartwatch. Other than that, we get a compass here, and as far as I have checked, if you calibrate it correctly, then it actually gives quite satisfactory values. I cannot place both of them together, because then the smartwatch starts to give inaccurate values. But here you can see that the values are quite similar. It is showing 177 to 180 degrees here, just like my iPhone 16 Pro. It also gets the positioning application. But it only shows the location here. We do not have any offline map or even map which can be used by connecting it with the smartphone. The weather application is supposed to give you weather updates, but on this latest version, the application is not working at all. No matter if you connect or disconnect it, add or remove cities, it shows Chinese text and does not even show any value here and says please connect to the application. I hope it is fixed in the future updates. We also get many health related applications here. We have the heart rate and the blood oxygen level checker. Before starting the oximeter test, make sure that you're wearing the smartwatch at a 2-finger distance from the wrist bone. So as of now, the values shown on both of the devices is kind of similar, because I just came back from the pedometer test. So naturally my heartbeat is a bit high at the moment. Now I'm gonna do a little workout and increase my heartbeat, Then we'll see if the smartwatch can match the values on the oximeter or not. So I'm back after doing a little exercise. Let's turn on the heart rate checker and the oximeter, and once again both of the devices are showing similar values. So the smartwatch has actually passed my oximeter test, but still I would never recommend you to rely on these smartwatches and always opt for the real health gadgets like an oximeter or a blood pressure checker. Other than that, we have the sleep tracker. The sleep tracker is actually a hit or miss. It sometimes worked for me, but last night I slept from 12:30 am to around 4:15 am, and even in my sleep time I had my bedtime turned on from 12 am to 10 am, but unfortunately it did not record any sleep data for me here, but it actually worked for me once. And as far as some of the HelloWatch users have reported, it is working pretty well. I do remember that I even had the do not disturb mode turned on so that the smartwatch does not turn on whenever I receive a new notification, but still it did not record any sleep data for me. I'll be testing it more in the upcoming week, and then I'll surely share the results with you, so make sure you have the notifications turned on for that. After that, we have the mindfulness, which is breath training. You can customize its time and frequency as well, or you can start it directly from here, and after a few seconds it will start the breath training. Females can also connect with the watch application and keep a track of their cycle, and as far as I have checked, the smartwatch cannot connect with Apple Health at the moment. Now let's talk a bit about the watch application. So far I haven't faced any disconnectivity issues. It's working quite well. I am receiving all of the notifications on time. The connection is pretty good with my smartphone. We get the Bluetooth calling option here, using which you can dial calls directly from the smartphone. And the amazing thing is that it even supports WhatsApp calling and even shows the name of the caller on the WhatsApp calls. Currently this is a WhatsApp business call. You can silent the call from here. Once the call is accepted, you can tap here to transfer it to the smartphone, or tap once again to transfer it back to the smartwatch. Using Bluetooth calling, you can even access voice assistant directly on the smartwatch, and here is how it works like. After that, we have the app notifications. It supports a lot of applications here, and maybe there is another option here. I'm not able to read it. So if you go all the way to settings, then we have the activate notifications option. So let's turn off the display. When you receive a new notification, it wakes up the display and shows a full screen prompt, and it doesn't even support emojis, which is really disappointing to see since the H26 Pro Plus supported emojis. But an update is that it supports a little scrolling now. I have also noticed that the vibration intensity now looks better compared to the H16 Pro, but there is no option to turn on the SMS tone like the H16 Pro. If you are not receiving notifications, go to Bluetooth and go to H26 Pro Plus and make sure the show message notifications and the sync contacts option is turned on. The smartwatch does have the remote camera button option, but you can only access it by opening the application in the menu, but unfortunately it does not have the live preview option. Other than that, the application looks quite good. We have the health tab here, we have the watch faces section, and then the market section here. Then we have the watch application tab here, by which you can install more applications in the smartwatch now. You can download the LEP and WeChat application for scanning the QR codes. Then we have many other applications here. For example, if we install the WeChat application, so it's almost installed now, and now it's done. If you go all the way down, we get the App Store here, where you can find these applications. Using the network sharing option, you can directly install these applications, and here is the WeChat application. So let's see if we have other applications. A subscriber reported that previously it also had the WhatsApp option, but in the latest update it has been removed. So here's the Twitter and the Instagram application. These applications can only be used to show the notifications from these applications separately. After that, it is advertised to come with 1 GB of local storage, by which you can add music files in the smartwatch. The data can only be transferred using the watch application, and the data is transferred over Bluetooth, so the speed is not so good when transferring music files, and for a 5 to 6 megabytes of file, it's going to take around 3 to 5 minutes. After storing the files in the smartwatch, you can play them directly on the smartwatch, or go here and go to TWS mode, and here you can connect with your wireless earphones and listen to the songs stored on the smartwatch on them. Then you can also store pictures in the smartwatch. The pictures stored are quite good in quality. You can also zoom in and zoom out. Also, you can tap here if you want to set the picture directly as a custom watch face. We get the ebooks option here, by which you can store TXT files in the smartwatch to store your important pins or grocery list while going out. And in the end, you can take advantage of the storage by recording sound directly on the smartwatch. And the recording files can later be transferred to the watch application, and you can download them here to share it or save it to the files. In the end, if you talk about the utility applications, then we get timer here, and if you set it for 1 second, so when the timer ends, once again it starts to vibrate and does not ring. The vibration intensity is quite good, and I'm sure you can notice it when it's on your wrist, but a ring option would have been an icing to the cake. Here we get the calendar option. Once again, you cannot save reminders or add events. Then we have alarms, so let's set an alarm. One thing that I want to check is that can we still change the ringtone? But as far as I can tell, unfortunately no, you cannot use the songs you have stored as custom ringtones. Here's how the alarm is shown. It's loud, the vibration is good, and you can surely wake up from it. Then we have this stopwatch application. You can start it from here. You can add many laps here. So let's see if it can add more than 20 laps. Yes, it can. It is amazing. The maximum laps you can add are 30. After that, it's not going to add any more laps. But the best part now, in the H26 Pro Plus, you can go back and the stopwatch will continue to run in the background, which is an amazing update over the H16 Pro. Then we get the calculator. Let's do 5 plus 5. So it works. I'm gonna multiply it with 10. Once again it works. Let's multiply it with 29%. It gives an error. I'm gonna try again. 100 into 29%. Once again an error. Let's add 100 plus 29% and an error once again. So the percentage option does not work no matter what I try. Then we have all of the basic applications like Find My Phone. You can save contacts in the smartwatch. Here is the noise application. Let's see if it even works or not. So yes, when I'm snapping next to the microphone, it does go high. I'm not sure if it is accurate or not. Then we get a lot of games here, and once again you can go to the App Store, and using the network sharing option you can install more games and more applications now. And using the business card option you can save the QR codes of WeChat, Facebook, WhatsApp and other applications, and later anyone can scan them to access your profiles directly. In the end, it is advertised to come with a storage capacity of 300 mAh. Unfortunately, we do not have multiple bedside clock modes for this watch. If we talk about the battery timing, it is amazing. I have been working on this video for about an hour now, and during this time it has only lost 4% of the battery, which is just amazing. The battery with the always on display is also amazing, as mentioned by one of the H26 Pro Plus user. With the raise to wake gesture turned off and the always on display turned on, it is giving him around 7 days of battery life, and you can even judge the battery timing from the drainage during this video. And this will be all from the H26 Pro Plus. So guys, what do you think about it? In my opinion, with a little more improvements and updates, it is easily going to become the best Apple Watch Series 11 alternative. The overall UI now looks good. Finally, it is smoother. The UI is also quite good looking. It has an amazing battery life. The oximeter sensors are working really well. We have a good storage capacity. We have the App Store now, which can be used with the network sharing option. Alarms, always on display, watch faces, everything looks great. And icing to the cake, it perfectly fits the Apple Watch accessories. Also share your opinion on it in the comments below. If you would like to place an order, you can find its link in the description box below, and I would really appreciate if you can use it while purchasing. And once again, a final request: if the video helped you out, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. And for the upcoming unboxing videos, make sure you are subscribed to Unbox with iMAT. I will see you in the next one.